Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're exploring The Path of the Just, a Christian drama that dives deep into faith, sacrifice, and the hidden battles of the Spirit. It's a journey of courage, conviction, and the cost of walking a righteous path. We'll break down the core story, but I'll be skipping the climax, so you can still experience the impact when you watch it yourself. The film opens with Olatunde Olukoya, a gifted young man with a strong calling for gospel ministry. He's drawn to spiritual leadership and feels a deep burden to bring revival and deliverance through his faith. From the beginning, his path is clear. He's meant to walk in the footsteps of spiritual giants. However, Olukoya's journey is not straightforward. We see early resistance, both internal and external. On one side, he contends with the pressure to conform, and on the other, the personal cost of stepping into a prophetic calling. The stakes are high, and the world around him doesn't always understand or accept his spiritual gifts. As Olukoya pursues his calling, he faces mounting challenges. A key tension in the film is between obedience to God and navigating earthly opposition. Family members, church leaders, and even spiritual peers question his methods and question his convictions. Some believe his approach is too radical, others fear the backlash that outspoken faith can bring. We see him wrestle with visions, spiritual encounters, and the truism that being called doesn't mean being comfortable. Even as he starts to gain audiences and visibility, Olukoya must wrestle with fear, doubt, and criticism, not just from outside, but from within himself. Is his calling worth the price? Olukoya's journey becomes deeply personal. He faces seasons of isolation, spiritual testing, and intense reflection. In one sequence, he retreats into prayer and fasting, trying to hear God more clearly, but the voice he hears isn't always what he expects. The film illustrates how spiritual calling can be a lonely road, where moments of revelation are often followed by darker periods of uncertainty. At the same time, Olukoya grows. He learns that faith isn't simply performing miracles or preaching messages. It's about vulnerability, surrender, and trusting God, even when the world around him is quiet. He begins to see his spiritual gifts not as a means of personal triumph, but as tools for service, healing, and transformation. As the narrative approaches its critical turning point, Olukoya's spiritual journey reaches a threshold. He's repeatedly told, "Are you willing to follow the path of the just, no matter the cost?" The film sets up a confrontation not just with earthly opposition, but with his own doubts, fears, and the spiritual forces aligned against his mission. It becomes clear that the path of the just is a choice marked by risk, surrender, and confrontation. Olukoya